very nicely groomed by the leaders. So thank you for that. So I'm also very happy to be here, and it's a special privilege to be among all of you and spend some time in Krishna Katha. So please bless me so that I can render some service which is pleasing to my spiritual master and Srila Prabhupada. Regarding the shloka which I'd like to read today, and there's some interesting insight behind this. When I first entered into the temple hall, so the devotee was singing Jai Prasade Pure Sarva Asha, means by whose mercy all our desires will be fulfilled. So they were singing Jai Prasade Pure Sarva Asha. So then I thought that, okay, let us speak something on that prasad, on that mercy, by whose mercy all our desires will be fulfilled. And then I was looking for a verse from 4th canto, and I asked His Grace Harikshetra Prabhu to get me the 4th canto. And I was looking for the shloka throughout the pages, chapter, but I was not able to trace it. And then finally I thought, okay, wherever this string is, I'll read that verse. I opened that, and that is the shloka. So that means it's Krishna's indication that I must have to read, we must have to discuss on this shloka. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Okay, so this is from text number I think this has to go a little bit that side, and yeah, it will be balanced. Right. Open it, please. Okay, and then you take this one a little bit inside this one, then it will be balanced. Problems will be always there in the material world. Therefore, we have to go back as soon as possible. There is no microphone there in Golok Vrindavan, so no need of fixing mics and all these things. Okay, so please repeat after me. Tam eva vatshashraya vritya vatshalam. Tameva vatshashraya vritya vatshalam. Mumukshubhi mrigya padabja paddhatim. Mumukshubhir mrigya padabja paddhatim. Ananya bhave nija dharma bhavite. Ananya bhave nija dharma bhavite. Manasi avasthapya bhajasva purusham. Manashavasthapya bhajasva purusham. Okay, translation. My dear boy, you also should take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is very kind to his devotees. Persons seeking liberation from the cycle of birth and death always take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord in devotional service. Becoming purified by executing your allotted occupation, just situate the Supreme Personality of Godhead in your heart, and without debating for a moment, engage always in His service. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The system of Bhakti Yoga described by Queen Sunti to her son is the standard way of God realization. Everyone can continue in his constitutional occupational duties and at the same time keep the Supreme Personality of Godhead within his heart. This was also instructed by the Lord himself to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. Quote, "Go on fighting, but keep me within your mind." Unquote. That should be the motto of every honest person seeking perfection in Krishna consciousness. In this connection, Queen Suniti advised her son that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is known by Vritta Vatshala, which indicates that he is very kind to his devotees. She said, quote, "You came to me crying, having been insulted by your stepmother, but I am unable to do any good for you. But Krishna is so kind to his devotees that if you go to him, then the combined kindness of millions of mothers like me will be surpassed by his affectionate and tender dealings. When everyone else fails to mitigate one's misery, Krishna is able to help the devotee." Unquote. Queen Suniti also stressed that the process of approaching the Supreme Personality of Godhead is not easy, but is sought after by great sages who are very advanced in spiritual realization. Queen Suniti also indicated by her instruction that Dhruva Maharaj was only a small child, 5 years old, and it was not possible for him to purify himself by the way of karma kanda, but by the process of bhakti yoga. Even a child less than 5 years old or anyone of any age can be purified. That is the special significance of bhakti yoga. Therefore, she advised him not to accept worship of the demigods or any other process, but simply to take to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the result would be all perfection. As soon as one places the Supreme Personality of Godhead within one's heart, everything becomes easy and successful. Would you like to repeat this sentence with me? Please repeat. It's a fantastic statement which you can frame and hang it on your room, on a wall. As soon as one places the Supreme Personality of Godhead within one's heart, everything becomes easy and successful. This one line can make the whole world Krishna conscious. Srila Prabhupada ki. So we got a not very long time, maybe 20 minutes maximum. So we'll have a brief overview on Dhruva Maharaj. You all know about Dhruva Maharaj. So Dhruva Maharaj, when Dhruva was a small boy, 5 years old boy, he went to his father to sit on his lap, and the stepmother, Suruchi, she said that she scolded her very badly. And with that insult, because he was a Kshatriya boy, he felt so much insult, and he said that, "I want justice." Like everywhere they say, in the material world, we want justice. So Dhruva wanted justice. So he went crying to his mother, Suniti. And then Suniti, she spoke these words, very sweet words. "My dear boy, you also should take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is very kind to his devotees. Persons seeking liberation from the cycle of birth and death always take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord in devotional service. Becoming purified by executing your allotted occupation, just situate the Supreme Personality of Godhead in your heart, and without deviating for a moment, engage always in his service." So Suruchi, after she used bad words, very hurting words to Dhruva, Dhruva thought that my own mother will be giving some solace to my heart. He went to Suniti, and unfortunately Suniti maintained the same statement as Suruchi said. Suruchi's instruction was what? Go and worship Lord Hari. Then only you can get the good fortune of taking birth in my womb. Then you can sit on your father's lap. So, Suniti, Suniti is actually the Suruchi. She was kind of our Bhartma Pradarshak Guru, who first shows the path. But sometime, unfortunately, the Bhartma Pradarshak Guru may have some hidden agenda. But a true Shiksha Guru, who only wants the devotee's spiritual upliftment, they will guide him properly. So Suruchi's statement was half truth. Like you go and worship Lord Hari, that is correct. But the rest of the sentence was not correct. You take birth in my womb, that's not why one should take again birth. So Suniti corrected that statement. She said that yes, you must go to the forest and worship Lord Hari, and don't aspire for your father's lap or kingdom. You have to worship Lord Hari to be free from the cycle of birth and death. So Dhruva was hurt by the mother's chastisement, or we can say when the mother insulted him, and that was needed. Otherwise, Dhruva, if that day Suruchi would not insult Dhruva, then Dhruva could not become a pure devotee of the Lord, and eventually we would not ever read about the Dhruva Maharaj pastimes in Bhagavatam. So he became the part of Srimad Bhagavatam by only one insult, one small insult by the statement. So when the conditioned soul, with jiva, we forget our eternal relationship with Krishna, which is very sweet and loving, and it's the true relationship. Then Krishna arranges something that if Krishna is very merciful unto us, then he will send some heavy insult to us, or some experiences filled with distress, frustration, that we are forced to go to Krishna and seek his shelter. So we have different, Dhruva has a relationship with the father. So you may say that, okay, what's wrong with Dhruva? Or what is the wrong when Dhruva asked to sit on his father's lap? That's his right to sit on the father's lap. True, you are correct, but it's not entirely correct, because Uttanpad, Dhruva's father, was a temporary father for Dhruva. But who is Dhruva's eternal father? Krishna. So Krishna wanted Dhruva to sit on his lap. Why on Uttanpad's lap? So when we are so much obsessed on our material relationships, our different identities, we have different functional identities like parents and children, husband and wife, boss and the staff, so many relationships in this material world. These are all these are also our identities, but these are our functional identities, operational identities on different cases. But we have our fundamental identity, which is we are Krishna Nityadas. We are the eternal servant of the Krishna. So sometimes Krishna disrupts our functional identities to set right our fundamental identity, which is we are Krishna's eternal servant. So if Krishna is very merciful, extraordinarily merciful on some jiva, he will arrange that. Otherwise, we will keep on obsessed with this, hooked up with this relationship in this material world. So that is required, because we have forgotten our eternal relationship with Krishna, and so much attached that even after the chastisement or the insult of the Suruchi, he was still thinking to sit on his father's lap, but not only on father's lap, he wanted to get the kingdom which is greater than his great-grandfather Brahmaji. So much attached. So our attachment are so strong in this material world. It's like We are our attachments are like we are living in a, just like when you live in a rented house, and we fall in love with that house and we don't want to leave that house. Then ultimately what happens? We are being evicted. So attachment are like this rented house. We don't want to get out of it. We don't want to leave those attachments unless and until we are evicted from that house of attachment. So Krishna, being very kind to Dhruva, he arranged that through the stepmother's word and his own mother's instruction. So then Dhruva came to the forest. Now his identity is correctly detected. So when we are distressed in this material world, we get many painful experiences. We have to detect what is the problem, and then you have to correct. But before correcting, you have to detect, why am I suffering? What is the cause of my suffering? I may keep on accumulating so many things, and I go on posing myself in different positions. We all have different positions in this material world. Everyone is trying to control something. Small boy, he is trying to control a small ant on the floor because he cannot control anybody. And an adult, he is trying to control the little kids. And the mother nature or the boss in the office is trying to control that adult. So everyone is identifying themselves with the controlling power. But it's not actually the things which we can control. That's not makes us fulfill within our heart. That will not bring our fulfillment within the heart. Fulfillment of the heart depends on detecting our true identity, not that on how many things I can control over. That will not make us happy. Like many people, they come and get good jobs in Bangalore and they settle here, and they think that now we are controlling our surroundings, in the sense that now I am in control of my pains. I have settled things, and now I am happy. But is Bangalore free from threefold miseries? Adi Atmik, Adi Bhautik, Adi Daivik is there. And Janma Mrityu Jara Vedhi is also there. So anywhere, any part of the world, we have to suffer. So if we try to just control, instead of that, we have to detect what is the problem. Why after so many, despite so many controlling, why I am not happy yet? Because the problem is I am still not connected with my proper source. Just like Dhruva Maharaj. He wanted to control the father's lap. Now Uttam has taken the place, now I have to go on to my father's lap, then I'll become happy. So it's not controlling power, it's our true identity, where we are connected. So it's not controlling, it's connecting with Krishna. So then she advised Dhruva, mother Suniti advised Dhruva that you go and worship Hari. So you see, Srila Prabhupada has given an explanation of what Mother Suniti told to Dhruva. She said, "You came to me crying, having been insulted by your stepmother, but I am unable to do any good for you. But Krishna is so kind to his devotees that if you go to him, then the combined kindness of millions of mothers like me will be surpassed by his affectionate and tender dealings." So Krishna is not one mother. Dhruva wanted to get some consolation from one mother, from his own mother. But if he goes to Krishna, then he will get the millions and millions of mothers, combined love, affection, and tender dealings from Krishna. So this is the role of Guru. What does Guru do? Guru will first set right our sambandha. Now Dhruva's sambandha was with whom? With King Uttanpad, or the kingdom. I am his son, I am the elder son, and I have the right to sit. So then Guru comes and he says, "Hey, you are not the son of that father only. Focus on your real identity. You are the eternal son of the eternal Father, Krishna. So take shelter of Krishna. So he comes and he sets our identity right. He sets then our identity, then our priorities. Once we set our identity, then we automatically fix our priorities. Spiritual life is all about setting priorities. There are so many things in our lives we have to do. But I have to see in my priority list where Krishna is. Sometimes devotees, they keep Krishna on priority number. Answer relies on you. I will not answer. Try Krishna, okay. My education, my job, then my family, my relationship, my neighbors, my face in the society, and then Krishna. Even if I have tilak and kantimala, if I keep Krishna in the priority list, 5 or 10 or I don't know, maybe infinity, we can never become happy. So a devotee's seriousness and sincerity in Krishna consciousness is defined by where he keeps Krishna in his priority list. Is Krishna my first priority in life, or second, third, fourth, or so on? So making advancement in Krishna consciousness means, imagine Krishna was in your priority number 10. So you now may make Krishna as 9. And you are more advanced means you put Krishna at priority 8. So like that, till you make Krishna priority number 1, our spiritual life is always shaky. And any time we may fall off from this place. And then after 20 years, 30 years, devotees say that, what happened? After 30 years of practicing devotional service, I don't get any happiness. Because what all I was doing is only cheating. I showed the people, I posed as if I am a devotee, but I am not a devotee. Devotee means my first priority should be Krishna. We should take care of other responsibilities as well, but in the name of being responsible, what is the actual responsibility in our life? What is the original? What is the core responsibility of a living soul? It's not only devotees, for any living entities, the core responsibility is to take shelter of Krishna first. Any relationship you think of, your parents, your spouse, your neighbors, your cousin, and any relationship, Krishna is the source of all relationship. Without Krishna, there is no base of all this relationship. So if we keep on lingering this decision whether we want to keep Krishna in the first priority of our life, we can never become happy within our heart. So therefore, Suniti, she was very right when she said that you go and take shelter of Krishna. All other responsibilities as a son and your kingdom will come later. First you situate yourself in your true identity. And that's how we see in Bhagavad Gita also, Arjuna was confused. Arjuna was devastated until he was not truly able to identify himself as Krishna's eternal servant. Therefore in text number 6, in 5 he says, I know what is better. 6 he said, I don't know what is better. And 7th verse he said, you tell me what is better. He was completely confused man. First he said, I know, Krishna, it's not better to fight. Then immediate next verse said, Krishna, I don't know what is better. So unless we take shelter of Krishna, we are always confused. So therefore Suniti, she said that you go and take shelter of Krishna. And her consolation to Dhruva was a true consolation. This is real preaching. Not that you come to me and I give you some laddu and you become happy for 2 minutes. And the 3rd minute you again come back to me. Prabhu, is there anything else? No, I have only laddu. I cannot give you gulab jamun. So one has to go to Krishna to get all his desires fulfilled. Even though we do not wish, a sincere devotee should not wish for any other desire. Even if you have the desires, you go to Krishna. And then when you go to Krishna, what happens when Dhruva went to worship or meditate upon Krishna? Who interfered in between? Nagmani. Because he said, you can never get Krishna like this, sitting and also speculating. You can't get Krishna by speculation, by meditation, by anything. No. Krishna can only be received by revelation, not speculation, meditation. Only by revelation. So somebody has to reveal. Therefore we are singing Dibya Gyan, Hriday Prakashita. So Guru has to reveal that. Otherwise Dhruva. So when he was crying, oh, I could not sit on my father's lap and my mother insulted me. If Suniti and Suruti would not come in between and showed him the path, they have to go. What Dhruva could do? Nothing. He would only have to cry, cry, cry and cry. So similarly, when he went to the forest, then Dhruva Maharaj came. Narmani came, and Narmani said that if you sit like this, you can never get Krishna. So better you do one thing, you go back home. What he is doing now? Testing. He is testing whether Dhruva came in the forest only to show off, to become a devotee, or he truly wants Krishna's blessings. So in this way, Guru will also come in our life and he will test. Therefore, sometimes the mentors and spiritual guide, they keep you waiting to get initiation. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Hey bro, what happened? Why are you not allowing me? Now we have to check your determination. So Narmani was checking, testing on Dhruva Maharaj's intention. Because just by seeing action, we can't we can't understand the intention, right? If you only see the external action, then whatever Ravana, action was Narayan, Narayan, some mantras he was chanting, Om, Om, but externally he was dressed as a sadhu, but he was actually Ravan inside. He is demon, wanted to kidnap Mother Sita. So our external action does not attract Krishna. It may attract the audience. It may attract the people outside. Ah, good, he's a good devotee. Because he's nicely dressed up, he sings sweet, very melodious voice. And when he gives class, then everyone claps on his class. Nice devotee. But you cannot determine an advanced devotee like this. What is his intention? So Dhruva went to, and he went to the extent that he sat on the meditation. He didn't know what is Krishna and how does he look like. He didn't have any mantras, but he sat. And he said, something, he was trying to speculate. What is Krishna? You can't speculate Krishna. And someone has to come and give you Krishna. Therefore, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur prayed, Krishna she tomar, Krishna dite paro, tomar shakoti ache. Ami to kangal, Krishna, Krishna boli, dhai tava pache pache. Please give me Krishna, O Vaishnava Thakur. Oh dear Vaishnava Thakur, you have Krishna. So because Narad Muni had Krishna, because Suniti had Krishna, therefore they could give Krishna, they could guide them properly. And then what happened? Narad Muni tested and Dhruva passed on that test. Yes, I want only Krishna. You go and, he was alluring him. He said, you go and you can play football, cricket, I don't know, cricket was there or not. But he was giving some allurement, you go and play. It's your playful time in life. Dhruva was so determined, he said, if you can give me Krishna, then stand before me, otherwise leave this place immediately. I don't want to see your face. And so disciples should be like this. Give me Krishna, otherwise don't waste my time. So in Krishna consciousness, when we practice, then we must get, when we seek for Krishna, we genuinely seek for Krishna, we get taste. Otherwise you are simply wasting time. Like Zomato, they say that. More taste, no waste. So you have to get more taste in Krishna consciousness. Don't waste your time. Why you are here in this spiritual life? No, I came here to see some show. There is no show going on here. What can you see? No, devotees are dancing and they are having festivals and programs. We can also socialize here. See, Krishna consciousness is not a place for socializing yourself. The more you socialize here, you are into the trap in this material world. We have to come out. In that devotees association, we want to seek for essence. What is the essence? The devotees, the way they are loving Krishna. I want to learn that. Otherwise, just because of socialization. Okay, how are you, Prabhu? Okay, good morning. How's your family and all this? And okay, that's fine. 1-2 minutes, okay. But then we have to immediately come back to Krishna Katha, pure Krishna Katha. Yeah? Because all these communications, these are all ear deep only. Is everything okay? Yes, okay. Prabhu, you're so nice. Yeah, fine. But it's not heart deep. Our inner fulfillment is not there. Therefore, we are always attracted to the externalities. And we think that we are on cloud 9. While I was coming, I saw one shopping mall. Cloud 9. There, huh? So the people in this material, they think they're on the cloud 9. Actually, they're not on the cloud 9. They are clouded. Their vision is clouded. Their intelligence is clouded because of so many desires. When desires crowd your mind, then your intelligence gets clouded. You can't think what to do, what not to do. Just like when you are going to travel, and I'm pretty sure it happened with so many of you. You take your suitcase and then you open your almirah. Okay, which one have to I take? Okay, this sari, that dhoti, okay, this one. And then you take out this much of clothes and things, right? But your suitcase is this much. And you want to put everything inside that suitcase. As if you want to take the whole home, entire home to your travel. And then you are confused because of so many varieties. So in life, when you have so many desires, our mind gets crowded. What to do, what not to do, which one to take. Then our intelligence cannot think properly. It gets clouded because of the desires crowd. So there is one very powerful tip to free from this crowded mind and clouded intelligence. What is that? The way your mind is crowding you with desires, you also take the opposite reaction. You also crowd your mind with Krishna desire. When you crowd your mind only with Krishna desire, then all your material desires will not get space. Because trolley is full. No more space. Get out. So we have to crowd our life with Krishna desires, and then slowly, material things will not get space. So Dhruva Maharaj, when he went to the forest, his initial desire is to get so many things. I want to become boss. And then his Gurudev came down, he said, no, you should not become boss, you should see the boss. You should have darshan of the boss. So the boss came down, Vishnu appeared. And by seeing Vishnu, all his desires got fulfilled. Ye prasade, by Narad Muni's prasad, by Guru's prasad, all our desires will be fulfilled. Okay, truly, Prabhu? Are you sure? Will I get a big villa and a car? No, that's not Pureshwar Bhasha. You are crying because of not having Krishna in your life. So Guru will come and give Krishna in your life. Therefore, the last sentence is so powerful. As soon as one places the Supreme Personality of Godhead within his mind, within his heart, everything becomes easy and successful. Who doesn't want to things becomes easy for me? Is there anyone who does not want things? Everyone wants easy. And who does not want to become successful in life? From here to here. Everyone. So this is the formula. Accept this formula. As soon as one places the Supreme Personality of Godhead within one's heart, everything becomes easy and successful. If you delete this sentence, if you ignore this sentence, keep on trying this material world, you are most welcome. You are welcome to the show. Everyone has already tested this process, they are doomed. And we also will become a big failure. So please take shelter of Krishna, full shelter of Krishna. So that Krishna, you come in my life and you crowd out all material desires. Because I am so sick, I'm so weak, I cannot do that. You please come, Krishna, and crowd out all my desires. Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much. My watch says it's 10:01, but that watch says it is, clock says 10:07 or 10:03. Okay. Okay, this material world, everything is different, bro. We have to go back. We have to go back to Krishna because Nimesharthakva Brajati Nahyatra Pisama. There is no time there, no clock there. And we are sitting in the class and my mind, back of the mind saying, my boss is calling me, I have to go to the office. Okay, so we'll take one or two questions maybe for 5 minutes, if there is any question. Yes, bro.
My question is not related to class, Prabhu, but it's related to you that you have taken so much. You are taking so much interviews for initiation, Prabhu, and one of your service, Prabhu. So, how is your thought process, Prabhu, and from where you get the power that it's such a critical service? That it's such a critical service, Prabhu.
I get from Ambuja Cement. Anyway, Prabhu, we'll discuss that because Prabhu is planning to have one session for initiation related, so we'll discuss that. Any class related question?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you for teaching us the Krishna desires. So I want to understand, like I have some different things which I want to share. Like if when we are doing some intense work, like some mathematical or logical or those kind of work, where it's tough to remember the Krishna in our head. So is it practice or some other trick is also? Is it practice that even at that time, even doing some mathematical or logical work, where our mind will be fully engaged in the work which we are doing, how to remember even that time?
Okay, see, when Krishna said Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita 8.6 that Tashmat Sarveshu Kalashu Mam Anushmara Yuddhacha, Krishna said that, you remember me? He said that Mam Anushmara Yuddhacha. So, first you remember me, then you do your yuddha, your struggle, whatever you want to do. So, in the beginning of our day, we remember Krishna by doing Mangalarti and then proper chanting. So, morning sadhana is done and then we go for fighting. So, you go for mathematical calculation, Prabhu goes for preaching. Same, and they all fight, but keeping Krishna in their mind. So, we are fighting for Krishna. It's not that every single moment you have to remember. Just like if Arjuna would take the bow and arrow and say, Krishna, he didn't say that. And every single arrows, he didn't shoot the arrow saying Krishna. He knew that he was doing it for Krishna. So if you are doing it for Krishna, then your mathematical calculation is not a problem. It will not be bounding to you. But if you forget Krishna, that I am doing it for Krishna, then that's dangerous. So we have to remember Krishna. And a devotee, for the genuine devotee, it becomes his natural practice. Just like when you drive a car, there are so many distractions, right and left, and you might be looking at them. Nobody drives like this. They drive. But focus is there on the goal, the destination. But somebody is playing, a monkey is playing there and you are seeing that. And someone is selling some sweets, you are looking at that. So then you will meet an accident. So we may keep our eyes open for other things, but we are in focus where we have to go. And then for a seasoned driver, it's very natural. He is driving, he is taking note of, he is not oblivious of what is happening around him. He knows about that, but he is not attached to that. So you should know little bit of mathematics, little bit of physics, little bit of this, that. But that's only for our maintenance. But our purpose, you have a boat, and through the boat, you should know how to navigate it. That's very important. But please don't forget where to navigate. Only you know how to navigate. I am an expert navigator. And then you are only roaming around on the sea because you don't know which shore I have to anchor it. That's not proper. So we are all engaged in this material world doing some work, but I know my goal is to go to Krishna. Therefore, I was telling about the priorities. We have to take care of other things, but priority, like when you drive, your priority is to reach the destination. And while driving, you also take care of brake, class, accelerator, everything. You know about that. You know about the car. You know about how to drive. You know about if somebody is crossing the road, you should be careful that you don't go over them, run over them. So like that. But you should be focused on your goal, Krishna. Simple.
Yeah, but being initially when you are novice, like it's very likely to fall.
Therefore, Guru is there. The mentor is there, who is always guiding us so that we don't go out of the track. So therefore, do not remain on the initial stage. Come deep. Come inside. Become insider. Then you can. Otherwise, you only see the show. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So the current was required for the time when I was speaking, and then it automatically went up. Means Manigopal, you are out.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. So we would like to thank His Grace Manigopal Prabhu, who came from Mayapur and giving us his valuable association. Such a beautiful point that he mentioned in the session that somehow or the other we have to have Krishna as the first priority. And whatever it takes to make that, otherwise